This court grants primary physical custody to the father, Anthony Reeves, supervised visitation for the mother.
Catherine Reeves felt the floor drop. Her legs threatened to give way as Julia Stokes steadied her elbow.
He made it all up. Every single accusation. They believed every lie.
Across the aisle, Anthony Reeves allowed himself a thin smile, then leaned toward his attorney.
Not a scratch. She's done, just like we planned.
In the gallery, 15-year-old Olivia Reeves clutched her school bag, a leather diary pressing through the canvas.
He lied. He lied about everything, and I can prove it.
The court record would note only the ruling, not the truth waiting quietly inside that bag. A worn leather diary, 2 years of dated entries sealed inside. For now, silent, this is the story of how those pages finally spoke and changed everything. 6 months earlier, a phone call shattered the ordinary quiet of Catherine Reeves' kitchen. A thick envelope arrived. Inside, a custody petition full of accusations she couldn't recognize.
Julia, he says I am neglectful, missed a dozen school events. None of it is true.
The system runs on what can be proven, not truth. Lassiter will make anything look credible.
We just need a narrative. Erratic, unreliable, edited texts, coached statements.
Leave it to me. By the time we're done, she'll be demolished.
Mom, what's going on? You are always on the phone, and Dad keeps asking weird questions.
Just grown-up things, sweetheart. Nothing to worry about.
They think I don't notice, but I hear every slammed door.
The lines were drawn, the lies drafted. And the girl with the diary was the only one who could prove the truth. In a glass-walled office downtown, Henry Lassiter worked late. His screen glowed with the raw material of a lie.
A simple crop here, a deleted word there. By tomorrow, these texts will read like neglect.
And the witness, the one who'll swear she never showed.
She's on board. A little nudge about her own custody issues, and she's ready to testify.
By morning, the altered messages had been printed, notarized, and filed as official exhibits. The first witness was prepped and rehearsed. 3 days later, a call came through that Catherine never expected. An old friend, now a voice of accusation.
Marian, why would you say that? You know I was at that recital. Those texts are fabricated.
The call ended. Catherine stared at the phone, realizing her entire circle was being mined for ammunition.
Mom, you didn't eat anything again.
I am just tired, honey. There's a lot going on with the case.
6 weeks after the fabricated evidence was filed, Catherine Reeves walked into courtroom 4, her daughter's future hanging by a thread.
The evidence will reveal a mother so consumed by her own instability that she repeatedly failed her child.
Every word a distortion. How can they not see it?
The prosecution's first witness was Marion Cole, a former friend who now stood ready to bury Catherine.
Mrs. Cole, did you see the defendant at the spring dance recital?
Overruled. The witness may answer.
She was 10 minutes late. I was there, front row. I have the program at home.
That's not true. Mom was there. I remember because she held my hand.
The coach testimony sounded rehearsed but effective. By the afternoon recess, the judge's expression had hardened. The gavel would fall again, but not yet, and when it did, everything would change. On the second day, Lassiter projected a series of text exchanges onto a courtroom screen, edited, stripped of context.
Exhibit 14. I can't deal with her tonight. Handle it yourself. Sent at 7 p.m. on a school night.
That's not the whole conversation. I was on my way to the emergency room with Olivia's fever.
Catherine was sworn in. Her own attorney led her through a careful direct exam, but Lassiter's cross was a trap set in advance.
Mrs. Reeves, isn't it true you missed no fewer than 4 parent-teacher conferences last year?
I attended every one via video. I have confirmation emails, but they won't let me show them.
Your Honor, the witness is evading. A simple yes or no will suffice.
The 12th of November. That was the day Dad called me to his office. Mom was on video. I saw her face on the tablet.
The cross-examination bled Catherine dry. Every attempt to explain was twisted into evidence of instability. By the time she stepped down, the narrative was set. A negligent mother, proven on paper, beyond repair, beyond repair. The next witness was a vice principal from Olivia's middle school, clipboard in hand, voice steady.
Mr. Grayson, did you schedule a conference for the 14th of October regarding Olivia's declining grades?
The answer was a practiced yes. In the gallery, Olivia's hands went cold.
The 14th of October. That was the day Mom drove me to the orthodontist. We stopped for ice cream after.
That night, alone in her room, Olivia pulled the leather diary from her backpack. She flipped to the 14th of October, 2 years ago. The ink was faded but unmistakable.
Mom took me to get my braces tightened today. We got mint chip after. She laughed at my numb face. Dad's witness said Mom didn't show, but I wrote this down. The same day it happened. He's been lying the whole time. How many other things aren't true?
She closed the diary but didn't sleep. The contradiction burned, a fuse waiting to be lit. The final day of the hearing arrived. Catherine's attorney had called only one character witness, a neighbor who had little to offer.
A pattern of neglect, Your Honor. The evidence is overwhelming. Missed conferences, erratic texts, a child left unsupported.
He's reciting the lies like gospel. How did it come to this?
Mrs. Reeves is a devoted mother who has been railroaded by edited texts and manipulated testimony. Please see the person behind the paper.
It's not enough. They don't know what I know. Why won't anyone listen?
The court will take the matter under advisement. We are adjourned.
Julia, he didn't let me present half my evidence. What if they believe him?
The hallway was empty now. Catherine leaned against the wall, feeling the weight of a system that had already judged her. Across town, Olivia sat on her bed, diary open to a page she'd written on a day that supposedly proved her mother negligent. The dates didn't lie, but the court did not know the diary existed. Not yet. 17 days later, the courtroom filled again. Catherine sat rigid, her attorney's hand resting near her own.
Based on the preponderance of evidence, primary physical custody is awarded to the father, Anthony Reeves. The mother shall have supervised visitation twice monthly.
Number, please, Your Honor. He lied. He lied about everything.
Quietly to Lassiter. Told you. A clean sweep. She never had a chance.
This is wrong. Everything is wrong. I have the proof. Why can't I just walk up there?
Catherine's legs gave out. Stokes caught her, but the sound that escaped was not a cry. It was a hollow, emptying gasp. The bailiff called order. Anthony was already on his feet, straightening his jacket.
Dad, I need to talk to you. Something doesn't add up.
Not now, Olivia. We'll talk at home. This isn't the place.
He walked away. Olivia stood frozen, the weight of her backpack heavier than ever, and inside it, the truth he didn't know existed. Within hours, Catherine sat alone, folding her daughter's clothes into a bag, each garment a memory.
Everything you need is in the front pocket. You call me if anything feels wrong anytime.
It doesn't matter. It's already wrong.
The first supervised visit came a week later. A sterile room, a social worker with a clipboard, and 60 minutes that felt like a countdown.
Mom, Dad says the judge was right. That you were never really there.
I was there, sweetheart. Every day I have pictures, notes. You know that.
Olivia touched the top of her backpack, where the diary pressed. She knew, but she didn't say it aloud.
At Anthony's house, Olivia moved through rooms that felt like a hotel. No photographs of her mother, no familiar smell.
You lied about the 14th of October. Mom was with me all day. I remember.
That night, she locked her door and wrote until her hand cramped. The diary, the only place the truth still lived. 3 weeks after the verdict, a thick official envelope arrived at Anthony's address, addressed to Olivia Reeves. Inside were the court's findings of fact, pages explaining exactly why the judge ruled against her mother, line by line. She read the fabricated narrative, missed conferences, failed communications, a mother chronically unavailable.
The 14th of October again. They listed it like gospel. But I was there. I have the proof right here.
She reached under her mattress, pulled out the worn diary, and opened to the same date. The entry was clear. Mom picked me up early for braces. We had ice cream after. She said I was brave. She flipped to another cited incident, a teacher conference in March. Her diary described helping her mom cook dinner that same night.
Every single date they used against her, I was with her. I wrote it down. I never thought it would matter. If I show this, everything changes. But Dad will never forgive me.
She closed the diary, but the decision was already taking root. The truth could no longer stay silent. The next morning, Olivia slid the diary into her backpack, next to her math book, and walked out the door with a different kind of purpose.
Miss Chen, it's Olivia Reeves. I need to speak with you. It's about my mom's custody case.
Patricia Chen, the court-appointed guardian ad litem, cleared her afternoon. She'd heard an edge in the girl's voice that demanded attention. An hour later, Olivia sat across from her, clutching the diary against her chest like a shield.
You sounded upset on the phone, Olivia. Whatever it is, you can tell me.
This is my journal. I write in it every day. The dates, they prove my dad lied about where my mom was.
Chen took the diary, her fingers brushing the worn leather. She opened it to a random page, eyes scanning a dated entry about a school play.
These entries are contemporaneous, dated, specific. If they contradict the trial testimony, the court needs to see this.
Will you show the judge? I didn't know what else to do.
Chen didn't answer right away. She was already turning the pages, her legal mind cataloging the damage this would do to Anthony's case. Patricia Chen requested an emergency chambers conference. Judge Morrison listened, diary in hand, her expression unreadable.
Miss Chen, you are telling me a 14-year-old's journal contradicts sworn testimony. Have you verified any of this?
I've cross-checked 3 dates with school calendars and phone logs. The entries are contemporaneous and match her mother's presence exactly.
Then this court has been misled. I am ordering an independent custody evaluation. Dr. Nash will handle it.
Within the hour, Dr. Warren Nash received the order, a full reevaluation of the Reeves custody, with the diary as central evidence.
Catherine, it's Julia. Olivia kept a diary. Every date they lied about, she wrote down the truth. The judge has ordered a new evaluation.
Her diary? She wrote it all down? I didn't even know she was keeping one. Oh God, maybe there's a chance.
Dr. Nash began reviewing the diary against the trial transcript, cross-referencing dates with school schedules and phone records. Anthony Reeves had no idea his daughter had slipped a grenade into the foundation of his victory. Not yet. The evaluation was scheduled to begin Monday. For the first time in months, Catherine allowed herself a fragile, trembling hope. Monday morning, Olivia sat across from Dr. Nash in his quiet office, the diary open on the table between them.
This entry says pizza night with Mom. The court said she forgot to feed me.
You are aware, Olivia, that if these entries are true, it means your father gave false testimony under oath.
I know. That's why I am here. I can't let my mom lose me because of lies.
I've already pulled your school attendance. It shows you were released to your mother, not neglected as claimed.
Then you believe me?
By noon, Patricia Chen called Catherine with an update. Olivia had been strong, clear, and devastatingly convincing.
She did that? She stood up for me like that? I need to see her.
That evening, during a closely supervised visit, Catherine pulled her daughter into an embrace that said everything words could not. The evaluation was now in motion, and for the first time, the truth was no longer silent. The following afternoon, Dr. Nash called Catherine Reeves to his office. She arrived early, hands trembling.
Mrs. Reeves, I am comparing your account with the diary and trial testimony. Just tell me what you remember.
I remember every one of those dates. They were good days, simple days. I never forgot a single one.
Later that same day, Anthony Reeves sat in the same chair, his posture relaxed, his answers clipped.
A teenager's scribbles? She's angry I won custody. This is retaliation, nothing more.
Mr. Reeves, these aren't just scribbles. They're dated, detailed, and I am checking them against phone records.
Within days, Nash subpoenaed phone tower data and school dismissal logs. The evidence arrived in a sealed envelope. The cell tower pings placed Catherine at the school or orthodontist on every disputed date. The school attendance office confirmed Olivia was released to her mother, not left behind as the court had been told. The corroboration was irrefutable. Dr. Nash began drafting his report, the diary's truth now backed by hard data. Dr. Nash's methods were thorough, and word soon reached Anthony Reeves that the evaluation was not going his way.
You need to fix this, Olivia. Talk to Nash. Tell him you exaggerated. You were upset.
No, Dad. I won't lie again. Not even for you.
The air in the room turned cold. Anthony's practiced smile vanished, replaced by something harder. Later, during a supervised visit, Catherine held her daughter and whispered, "You are the bravest person I know." The next morning, Henry Lassiter filed an emergency motion to suppress the diary, calling it hearsay and manufactured evidence. Judge Morrison convened a brief hearing that afternoon. Lassiter argued passionately, but the judge was unmoved.
Mr. Lassiter, this court will not suppress evidence that goes to the heart of whether testimony was perjured. Motion denied.
The diary would be admitted. The new evaluation hearing was set for 2 weeks away. Olivia heard the news at school from Patricia Chen. She closed her eyes, and a single tear slipped out, not of fear, but of release. Dr. Nash signed the final evaluation report on a Friday afternoon, sealing it with a notary's stamp. By Monday morning, it lay on Judge Morrison's desk alongside the phone records and school attendance logs.
Julia, tell me slowly. What does it say?
It's all here, Catherine. The diary, the records, the pings. Nash is recommending full custody reversal.
Catherine sank onto the couch, the report shaking in her hands, every fabricated accusation dismantled paragraph by paragraph.
This is a disaster, Henry. You said the diary wouldn't be admissible.
The mask of charm slipped entirely. Anthony knew the report had just handed Catherine the one thing she'd been denied: proof.
Given the evaluator's findings, this court will reconvene for a full hearing on the matter, set for 2 weeks from today.
Outside the courtroom, Catherine held the report against her chest like a shield made of paper and ink. In 14 days, a judge would decide whether the truth inside a teenager's diary was worth more than a polished lie. The courtroom felt smaller, air thicker. Catherine sat beside her attorney, Olivia in the gallery front row.
The entries are contemporaneous, detailed, and align with phone tower data and school logs. Neglect claims are unfounded.
Dr. Nash, isn't it possible these entries were fabricated after the fact?
The ink and cross-referenced events make that highly unlikely, Mr. Lassiter.
Anthony's jaw tightened. Every question Lassiter asked only reinforced the diary's credibility.
But a teenager's journal isn't reliable evidence. The law requires more.
Mr. Lassiter, this court is aware of evidentiary standards. Objection noted.
Olivia clasped her hands in the gallery. The diary sat on the evidence table, pages holding her truth.
The court will hear closing arguments. After that, I will rule.
The room fell silent. In moments, the lies would meet their reckoning.
On the basis of the evaluator's findings and the diary evidence, primary physical custody is awarded to Catherine Reeves, effective immediately.
She won, Your Honor. Thank you. Oh God, she's coming home.
In the gallery, Olivia rose from her seat, her hand pressed to her heart, tears spilling freely. Without waiting for permission, she rushed to the plaintiff table and threw her arms around her mother.
I am never letting you go again.
At the defense table, Anthony's face turned ashen, all traces of smugness wiped clean.
I am also referring Mr. Lassiter's conduct to the State Bar for review, given the manufactured evidence.
Lassiter paled, his usually polished composure cracking under the weight of the ruling. On the evidence table, the worn diary lay open, its pages having finally spoken the unvarnished truth. Justice had not come from lawyers, but from a girl who wrote it all down, and the mother who never stopped loving her.
Mr. Lassiter, I am filing a formal complaint with the Disciplinary Commission. Knowingly submitting fabricated evidence is a grave offense.
Lassiter's hand trembled on the table. For the first time, the confidence drained completely from his face.
This isn't over. You'll hear from my appeal. This reeks of bias.
Additionally, Mr. Reeves, you will pay Mrs. Reeves' legal fees, totaling $47,000. This court is adjourned.
Catherine exhaled, a sob catching in her throat. Not just victory, vindication.
It's really over, sweetheart. We can go home.
The diary wasn't a weapon. It was just the truth. I had to write it down so I wouldn't forget.
They walked out into the afternoon light, the courthouse doors closing behind them for the last time. The lies had cost them a season, but the truth, written in a teenager's daily hand, had given them back their lives. The diary stayed Olivia's, but she knew it had mattered more than she ever imagined. By the time the last box was unpacked, their apartment felt like home again. Small, worn, but entirely theirs.
Right here. I think it belongs where I can see it every day.
She slid the diary onto the shelf beside a framed photo of the two of them, her fingers brushing the worn cover.
I never really thanked you. Not properly. You saved us.
I just wrote what was true. The rest was just not forgetting.
That evening they shared a simple dinner. Nothing grand, just the two of them at the old kitchen table.
We're going to be okay. Different, but okay.
Later, Catherine sat in the armchair by Olivia's bed, watching her daughter sleep, the diary on the nightstand, catching the lamplight. The quiet wasn't emptiness anymore. It was a place to rebuild, one ordinary day at a time. And on the shelf, the diary waited, not as evidence, but as proof that the smallest voices can carry the deepest truth. One quiet evening, the apartment glowed with warm light, the kind that comes from lives finally mended. Inside, Catherine read on the worn sofa, her reading glasses slipping down her nose. Her gaze shifted to a framed photo on the side table. Olivia, at 10, grinning, held close. The memory filled her with a warmth deeper than the lamp's glow. She smiled, a genuine, unforced smile. Olivia padded into the room, her algebra done, the day's fatigue in her shoulders.
Smiling at old photos again. Happy or sad this time.
Happy. I was just thinking about how lucky I am that you came home, that you fought for us.
We fought together. That's what families do.
Later, Catherine peeked into Olivia's room. Her daughter slept, the diary on the nightstand catching the moonlight. On the shelf, the diary stood witness, a quiet testament to the power of a daughter's truth. The diary would remain on that shelf, its pages no longer needed as evidence, but its purpose never faded. It was a record of love, not neglect. Outside, the city hummed softly, indifferent to the battle fought and won inside apartment 4B. Inside, Catherine and Olivia sat together, the television off, just being.
You know, no matter what, you will always be my home.
And you mine, Mom. Always.
The photograph on the side table caught the light, a frozen moment of a simpler time. But this moment, this quiet, was the reward for every hard turn. And on the shelf, the diary glowed softly, a keeper of truth. In the end, it wasn't the courts that saved them. It was a story written in ink by a girl who refused to forget,